Alright, and we're live on YouTube now. Alright, and I just gotta set up the chat. Alright, how do I get back into streaming on here? Go there. Alright. Oh wow, we already got people in the Rumble chat. Cool. How you guys doing? Yep, and those other guys are still on. Cool. How does John Thunder only have one viewer? Is he just starting? Or is it glitching out? He's playing The Witcher 3. Maybe nobody wants to see. No, he's got 5 viewers. It's not bad for a Saturday afternoon. And we got some notifications. What's going on? Kybernetes just started following. Hey, thanks, man. New viewer, I guess. Oh yeah, that's right. When you just start streaming on Rumble, it does the what do you call it? Oh, here, let me just go find the thing. Oh yeah, there we go. It makes it monetized by default. I wonder if we can change that midstream. Probably not. Um, doesn't even give you that option here, does it? I assume it's the same thing with templates. Where's templates? Um, there we go. Oh, here we go. All right, let's do that next time. Then there'll be no ads on mobile or whatever. But whatever. Sometimes it's good to mix it up. Because Rumble won't show anybody that you're streaming if they're not already following you, unless you monetize it. All right. Anyway, let's just get these chats set up and here test on Rumble and what's going on with YouTube? Test over there. And let's hook them up to OBS. All right, on with the show. Let's see how long did that take me? Um, how long we've been streaming on OBS? Doesn't doesn't it tell me somewhere? Well, we'll look at Rumble. 11 freaking minutes. And that's just for multi-streaming on 2 sites. Because I'm a YouTube noob, that's why. Used it, I used to use it years ago, but I've been getting away from it and never live streamed there. All right, so I was thinking, I was looking over all this code, and we can get rid of a lot of this crap here. Well, not we'll have to move that over to Lua, but this stuff, yeah, what's all this? So this is just loading all the shared stuff in common for all the NPCs and human characters and vampires. And then let's see, this is where we hook it up. So we've got these hard-coded bone indexes. We're gonna get rid of those. So we're gonna look them up by we're just gonna look them up by name when we need them. So let's get that out of the way first. Where do we? It's in a different file though. So let's go find that. Okay, we're gonna get rid of those. And where's the... Oh, is this the setup code? Okay, there it is. All right. All right, so it's just in here. Yeah, so we do this stuff. Wait, what's that? To do remove. So we're gonna get rid of this. We're not really using that anymore. Except for this, except to get the animation stuff, right? So we're using, how are we loading it? Scene load model, so we can, let's go over there. Right there, yeah. And let's just take this debug output code here. Actually all this stuff. We're just gonna put some debug output code there. Did I leave that? Yeah, okay. Okay, then we can just, okay, we gotta find a place for that too. Um, so we got that stuff, and let's see. We shouldn't need any of this stuff anymore. Just put a bookmark there, and what about this? Gonna save, search for that again. What is all this? I think we can get rid of that. Yep. Yeah, okay, that's all moved to other places. Get rid of that. And where else do we have these skelly tests? There's one. Okay, so that's for our old random NPC code, and this is down here. We've got our new Lua controlled that loads all the NPCs defined in here. So how many we got? 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. So is that all of them? Yeah, I think so. So we can get rid of that. Just got to clean out my test crap. And I think we can nuke that too. And we have this in here. Yeah, we're still using that. Okay, back to our bookmark. All right, so we're getting rid of these, and we got to move this to a function that's like get bone index. Let's just create a function here. So it's going to be int. What are we going to call it though? How about syn get bone index, like that, and we'll just say model bone name. Yeah, that'll work. And model pointer All right, so if we find it, we're just going to return the index, and otherwise we return -1. It'd be nice if we could use 0, but they start at 0, so we can't. And then we're just going to move this over to oh, we already got it. Okay, so draw text, draw model. Wires. Here's some bone stuff here. Right. Yeah. And our naming is a little sloppy, but whatever. Let's call it that. And just put that over here. Where is that stuff? There. All right, so now, where's our NPC loading? Where we get those bone indexes? Oh, it's here. So we're just gonna say, let's see, get bone index. What's our model called? NPC model. NPC model. Okay. And then we gotta figure out what to use. So let's see, where do we do that? Down here somewhere. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. Yeah, so the hair gets attached to spine 006. That's just a pretty standard name, pretty standard for the head bone name. So that's actually fine. Then for the, let's see, we got the eyes. Eyeball.rnl, okay. And then we got that one left, and the right hand, wait, where'd it go? Hand.r, okay. And I think, do we have the other one commented out? No. Okay, so did I get them all? So just get rid of that one, okay. And I know I forgot one thing. Oh yeah, the jiggle bones. So jiggle bones, so we got this to deal with. Let's see, how do we set that up? We're gonna need a whole array of bone indexes and state here. But for now we're just gonna say, let's see. We're just gonna make this a static, or actually we don't even need to put it there, do we? We'll just put it right here. And we have to initialize it to something like minus, let's say -2. So then if bone index equals -2, then we're gonna say, can we just paste that in? Yeah, there we go. And it's gonna be, what was it? Rest.r. Let me just check that again. Yeah. Okay, so that should work. All right, I forgot a few things somewhere. Human 186. What's this? Oh, more of this stuff, right? Now, I could probably just copy that up, but copy that whole thing up, but I may have changed a few things, so I don't want to pay attention to the details, so I'm just going to copy them all one by one. Well, let's see, it's hand.r. I can remember that. Oops. That's eyeball.l, and that's hand.r. Okay, and what's this? Oh yeah. And oh, that's gonna have to go. Maybe that could just be where is this all used here? I suppose we could say model equals game.player.model. That's a pointer, but we can just say that. Well, I think it's got to be like that too. That might work. Wait, what's that line? 5 or no, 30. Yeah. Just got to do that. I don't think that jiggle bone stuff is even up at all. I don't think it's even running. Yeah, it would be screwing up. If it was, you'd see some screw ups. Alright, so do we have our bone attachments working now? Yeah, we just gotta wield weapons. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so it's good. Can we shoot? Yep. The animation's all screwed up, but we'll get to that eventually. Alright, so we got that out of the way. Let me just cross it off our list. And what's next? Yeah, alright, so now we got to deal with this in the model cache. So let's, that would be over here. So now, so if it's an animated model, then instead of just returning that, we're gonna have to copy it and then make some unique copies of parts of it. And then we'll need to unload those properly as well. And where's unload? Down right there. All right, so let's see, where was I? Here. Yeah, we got a bookmark. All right, so what am I? I know I'm forgetting something. We gotta commit this. Okay. Now for the hard part. So I think we're just gonna, the first time, it's just gonna go and load the model and add it to the cache and return it. Then the second time, if it's the same file name, we're gonna come here and we got to do some copying. So let's just do this for our basic version, then our fancy version here. So we're gonna say so this actually returns a model. Okay. Not a model pointer, the actual structure by value. So we do that. So this is a copy, but it's got a bunch of pointers in it that we need to, that point to these pointers. Let me show you. In Raylib, where's model? Right there. So the meshes and the materials are these are separately allocated structures, and we're gonna need to copy them, and not the bones. The animated bones are actually part of the meshes. So let's do that first, and we'll worry about the materials later. But that's actually more complicated because there's materials and material maps. And does that get into the meshes too? No, just material maps. And I think there's a material map for every mesh. And so you kind of have the same material. Wait a second. Yeah, that's the material. You got a material for each mesh. And then, oh, the material maps, those are the different images. So you've got your diffuse image, your normal map, your occlusion map, your height map, whatever. Emission map for light, whatever. All right, so anybody watching? No. That's okay. Yeah, I'm just here to get work done. So let's see. So if it's animated, if it's not animated, we don't care. So if so if the bone count is 0, all right, let's see. If it's 0, we're just going to return it. Otherwise, let's see, you must have a print statement somewhere. No? Okay. We're going to say cache cache load. Now we're going to do all caps. Cache load animated skinned model. And as a test, we're just going to return it. And then we've actually got to use this, right? So so we got to go over to here, and where's load model? Oh, there. Okay, simple change. Very, very simple. And that's not going to do anything yet, but it should still work. Except they're all going to do the same animation now. Because it's gonna overwrite them. So it's making a liar out of me. Let's just see it. Is it actually cache loading them? Wait, where's it's down here. So we got loaded model. It's loaded model. It's okay, I'm not seeing anything about cache loading, so I must have screwed up as usual. Let's just get some of this out of the way. So I'm editing the wrong thing. It's here. We'll just say load model cached. And let's undo that thing up here. Got okay, yeah, you see how they're idle, they're moving while they're idle, their animations don't match up. That's because the last one is overwriting the animation. Every frame, the update animation call for the last NPC is overwriting. They're all sharing the same model and the same bone positions, so the bone matrices are being overwritten by the last NPC's animation update. So what we need to do is make a unique copy of that. Oh yeah, so one of them's walking around, so they're all walking, even though none of them should be. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But if we use this for the player also, here, let's use it for this cached, and let's just do a search for this, and we got to use it for the player also. Then later on, we also got to deal with this, right? We got to load animations cached, and these we don't touch these really, so I think we zero out the root motion in them. So we could do that on loading and just share that we could we could just cache load the animation, the keyframes themselves, and so we should only need that once for this model, and yeah, it'll be one for each model, and we don't have to do any fancy stuff for them. So that's easy, and we can just leave it as is for now. So it'll be loading duplicate data, but it's not going to cause any problems. So we're loading that one cached, and what about the player? Oh yeah, that's what I was searching for. Oh, the player is just the first NPC, right? So actually, this one we're loading one random NPC, and that ends up being the player. And whatever the last NPC does is whatever we do. Not the other way around. So it's walking, we're walking. We're running, but should be running, but we're walking. Okay, so that's as expected. So let's go fix that now. So in Raylib, each mesh has so we got to copy the meshes. So we're gonna say meshes equals mesh star RL malloc size of mesh times mesh count. Then we've actually got to copy it. So then we got to do mem copy. What if there's like a Raylib mem copy? Let me just check for that. Anyway, we're gonna want to go to meshes, and we don't need to touch this stuff because we're doing GPU skinning. So we just need to update the bone matrices. So those need to be unique for each. We need to make a unique copy of that, really. And we need to copy the meshes just so we can change this pointer in each mesh. And then oh yeah, the other thing we can do is instead of updating them all, we can make them share one set of bone matrices. Instead of having a unique bone matrices for each mesh. Then we can do our own animation routine, update bones that just does it once for the first mesh. Yeah, let me put that in my notes. So we're gonna mod update bones to just to first mesh. All right. So let's see, it should be like a RL malloc in here. Yep, there it is. Malloc, realloc. That's if you want to resize an array. And that's if we wanted to use a custom malloc, which we may want to do that at some point. That's sort of advanced. Let's see. So we got malloc and free and calloc and realloc. What's calloc? That's like a I don't think I've ever used that. Does Raylib actually uses that, huh? Maybe we should use that. Um, for an array of elements, right, so this is what I'm doing. So if there's an integer overflow in this for some reason, which there wouldn't be, but in theory it could happen. But yeah, so we're gonna use that, and wait, how does that work again? Pointer and then no. Account and then the size of the structure, right? So except if you do realloc, that doesn't have you can't use that for a realloc. Okay, that's kind of retarded. All right, I'm just gonna leave that like that then. Okay, so who cares about that? And yeah, let's just go back to where we were, which was mesh, right? I forgot to bookmark it. There it is. So here. So we've just got to allocate bone count of that after we copy it. So let's see, mem copy. So that's just from destination, source, and size. So meshes. Wait, do we need to copy it? No, I don't think so. Or wait, yeah, we do need to copy the meshes, just not the bone transforms, because those will be recomputed every frame. But we could copy them or zero them. So let's see, meshes, and then model meshes. And the size. And we'll just duplicate that. And then last we got to do a model meshes equals meshes. After we're done copying the stuff over to the new one, then we're gonna assign that to our new model. Yeah, there's a logic to this. It's a little convoluted, but we should be fine. So now we got to copy the we got to make unique bone matrices. So bone matrices equals let's just copy this pattern up here. Well, let's see. Matrix. Okay, so matrix star RL malloc. Let's put the count first. that, and then we're just gonna do or actually it's model bone. Wait, no, it's not. This is per mesh though. Wait, so all right, so we gotta make a matrix star bone matrices equals model mesh bone count. These should all have the same number. So let's see, int bone count equals model meshes 0. Actually these are not pointers, these are, oh yeah, I gotta change all that then. We're gonna get the bone count there, and gotta get rid of these pointer references here. That's just gonna be bone count times size of matrix. So we're gonna allocate one set of bone matrices, and we're gonna have them all shared by the meshes. So for, now we're already using I, so we got to use let's say mesh index, and where's mesh count? Okay, and model.mesh count mesh index plus plus. I almost typed I, like a dumbass. And it would not catch that mistake if I did. So we're gonna assert we're gonna make that a double equals, or that's not gonna help us at all. And we're gonna do a mesh index there. Yeah, that really saved a lot of time, huh? Copy pasting. I should just type it, mesh index. Let's see. Got a code like a white man, as Terry Davis would say. Learn to type, scrub. So then we're just gonna say model that, no, we're gonna say meshes. These are our output meshes. Yeah. Let's say copy meshes, like that. Let's see, bone count's gonna stay the same. Let's see. Maybe not copy. Let's say new. Come on, new meshes. Okay, that's all okay. So new meshes, mesh index dot bone matrices. Bone matrices equals new bone matrices, and then and then new meshes. Okay, what am I forgetting? Let's move that over. I think that's good. Oh, just some pointer confusion as usual. Oh, another one down here. Alright, now allegedly this will work. It's not working. Wait a second. Maybe it is working. So my character can jump. Alright, so if we just comment that out, I shouldn't be able to do that. Okay, so if I jump, yeah, see, it doesn't work. I just do whatever. Our character does whatever the NPC, the last NPC, does. So we're all idle, we're all walking. So if I uncomment that, now each NPC gets a unique bone matrices. So I'm walking, I'm running, yeah, running, jumping, and they're all doing their own thing. And we should see one walking while one's idle, yep, even though it should be idle. And if one's dead, let's make that happen quicker. Oops, that's the most effective weapon. Okay, that one's dead, that one's walking around. There's definitely a lot of jank in here still. But alright, success on that. So we're done with that. So we're gonna say unique we're gonna allocate unique bone matrices for animation. Then let's say note, all meshes share same set of same bone matrices array. Same bone matrices. Optimization note. So we only need to, so we can add, what is it, update bones, I guess. Let's just find it. It's not update bones. Well, shit, what's it called? Update anim bones, maybe? Update anim, update bone. What the hell is it called? And where is it? Maybe NPC update or scene up here. Maybe it's here. No, that's like a higher level thing. All right, so let's go find that. It's probably down here. NPC draw. No, we want NPC update or see or something like that. Scene update NPCs, something like that. Is it in, where's symbol list? Scene update NPCs. There we go. NPC update animation. Oh, it is over here. See, this is a mess. Set animation. No, we want update animation. There. Oh yeah, it's kind of complicated. So for update model animation bones. Right, so we got to give that a model and a model animation and a frame number. Right, so it's that function. So we're going to make a custom version of this now. Or soon. Let's go back to our, where's our bookmark? So we can mod. To the first mesh only. To do the first one only. Yeah, there. All right. And let's just put that down here. Then we got to do materials. No, we might not. I think we might not do that. Let me check my notes again. All right, so we got our copy of model. We got that. Got that. Bone matrices. Yeah, so the only thing, I think the only thing we're customizing on materials is wait a second. We might have to, yeah, we are gonna have to do this though for the face textures, I think. Yeah. So I was thinking, we could just, the only reason we're changing the matrices right now is, let me show you guys. Down, like here, we're changing the skin colors here. And down here where we're loading from JSON, we're loading the colors from JSON like we did last week, I think. So we're just wait, what's this about bone attachments? Oh, we're setting colors for the weapons and eyes and teeth and everything and hair. Yeah, hair. Right. So so we're actually setting we're making these all white here, which would be the default colors, and then we're tinting them basically. And so we're keeping track of those colors in the bone attachment, but for materials in the body mesh, we're so this would be for the skin color and probably the fingernails, maybe a couple other things. We're just changing the color here in the material map, the albedo color map. So yeah, see, that's not this structure, this structure here. So you've got your model. It has a bunch of materials that correspond to the number of meshes usually, but not exactly. And this array is what maps the materials to the meshes. So this You know, like mesh 0 uses material 0, mesh 1 uses material 1. It's usually like that, but they could be shared. So, you know, we don't need to touch that. We just need to copy the materials if we want to change anything. And the one thing, like we could do this. We could modify the drawing routines because we've already got that custom, and that's over here in RLEXT. So we've got our draw model thing here, and we just go and yeah, for each mesh we're applying a tint to it. So we're taking its material color and applying this color, the tint. We're multiplying that and then setting that to the material and then setting it back to what it was before. So we could definitely modify this to keep track of the mesh colors somewhere else, like up we could have an array of mesh colors, no problem. So we've got materials. Now the only thing there, let's see. Yeah, the only thing is that's going to be different is this here. Right now they're all the same if they're all using this model. All the ones using that model are going to have that face texture, but that's just a test. So what I'd like to do is composite them. We've messed around with this in Godot where you pick all the different like makeups like lips and eyeshadow and shit like that. Eyebrows are painted on in there too. So we're going and compositing all that into one texture, so the GPU doesn't have to draw like 5 different textures on. 'Cause that'd be pretty wasteful, right? So but that means we're gonna have to copy all of these materials and yeah, we're gonna have to copy all these materials just so we can set a unique face texture for each NPC or player. So yeah, we're gonna need that eventually, which means I don't really want to change it just so we can have color customization. I don't want to do anything different for that, you know. So let's just see. They should all have the same colors. Yeah. See, they all have the green dress. The hair colors are different, but the body and the dress colors, those should all be identical, and it looks like they are. And if I disable that, then, oh, actually no, it's not that. If I disabled the cache loading entirely, then they should have different colors, and one of them's all screwed up. So let's see, where are they? Did I screw something up? Oh, right, yeah, they're cached, yeah. Um, No, we gotta this is where we disable the whole cache. Yep, and you see it's loading them all. Oh crap, it's loading everything, including the fences and everything. Yep. So but there you see they've got different colors. One of them's, yeah, there's the one with the weird colors. Blue. It's solid blue skin. Alright, so. And this, now we're doing that. So yeah, I guess we should do the materials. Let's just do it while I'm thinking about it. So we're gonna say allocate unique materials. Or let's see, we're gonna how are we gonna do that? Make unique duplicate materials to allow for like unique for like individual colors and textures. Individualized. But not yet. So they should all be green, right? Green. Yep. Now, first we got to do a git commit. So let's see. So that's all there is to it, huh? All right, so we're doing cache load animated models with unique bone matrices. Then we should do our little optimization. Let's see. Where would that be? For the animations. So right here. So let's go find the original version of that in Raylib. And that is in here. Wait, what's this? So update. So if we're using update model animations without GPU skinning, then it's going to do this, which is going to be the built-in. It's going to use the default version of update animation bone matrices, but we're not using that. We're using this. Updated data is not uploaded to the GPU, but kept here to be uploaded to shader at drawing. So it's gonna upload. It's still gonna upload the same one to the shader once for each mesh. So that's kind of retarded, but we're only gonna do this for the first mesh, though. So let's just copy that, go over here, and where's a good place to do that? Here, I guess. So we're just gonna put that in front of it and modded version of that. Raylib 5.5. Only update first mesh. So instead of doing this, we're just gonna say I equals 0. Modded. Let's just put this mod right there. All right. I like to put my comments over at like column 80. All right, so that's it. We just put that there, and we where do we use it here? Whoops. We just do that. Optimization. And we're gonna say works because scene load model cached makes them all share one actually that's not quite true, because the first one the player is not going to get that, and it's going to be fucked up. So we're going to have to fix that. So it makes them all share one set of bone matrices. One set of bone matrices. Makes them all share bone matrices. So is this gonna work? Oh wait, we're missing a few things here. Assert over here. For that we just assert that H, and we need to define that over here, I think. Yeah, somewhere in here, like that. Okay. Now it's going to be messed up for the player, I think. Yep, see the dress does not get animated. Yep, and you can see that it's fine. Yep, it's fine for the NPCs, but not the player. All right, so how do we fix that? For the first one, we need to let's see. So if it's cached, let's see. So if it's not, gotta add to cache. We got to do this here also. And we got it. So it's animated only, skinned only, let's say. And for this one, for share license for all meshes for first for catch misses for first one loaded. Gotta do this for the first one loaded. Yeah. All right. We're gonna start at 1, and we're just gonna, let's see. Just gonna edit this in here. So let's see, model. It is called model. Yep, model dot meshes mesh index dot bone matrices equals model dot meshes 0 dot bone matrices. That should do it. No, that doesn't do it. Oh, right. Okay, so let me just change this around. So greater than 0, let's say. Greater than 0. Then we're gonna do the skinned model thing, and so model equals that, and then we return model. All right, are we good? Yeah. Okay, that should be good. We're doing the same thing down there, and what did I forget? This. There we go. And let's just see how many we can add. Let's see, we can add up to 20 before it crashes. So what do we got here? We've got 4 to start with. Yeah, so we go into God mode and we press N to add an NPC. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Starting to see some frame rate drops a little bit. 17, 18. Let's get out of God mode for a second. Yeah, it's still struggling. was hoping to see it. Hoping to see some difference, but I don't think so. But it does load faster, that's for sure. But that's the scene loading, not just game startup. So yeah, 47 FPS. Let's add a couple more. So 19, 20, we're at 40 FPS. The next one should crash it. Yep. Okay, because I've only got 20 allocated. Alright. So let's just see what happens if we disable cache loading. Oh, right. I didn't want to see, I didn't want to do that though. So let's just go over here to what was it? Here. So see, it started up slower, and once we start adding NPCs, let's see what difference that makes. So we got 5, 6. You can see it stutters a little when it adds them. It's like pause. Is that 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Still no FPS drop. 14, 15, 16. It's starting to drop. Maybe it's because they're coming on screen. Okay, let's get out of God mode and look around. Maybe. Seems like it's faster now. So what's this, like 16 maybe? Well, if that's 16, I guess that's about the same. So that optimization didn't seem to make any difference, actually. But it is getting pretty bad. Let's see, we can go one more. Okay, it's gonna crash soon. Yep, that's it. Alright, so that optimization does not seem to matter. Oh well. It's nice to prove we can do it. And yeah, it might, well, so if we make models with more bones or more meshes, it could get to, yeah, that could definitely get to be a problem when we have like, if we have like 10 or 20 layers of clothing built in that you can turn on and off. This would be like coats and stuff. Then if we're updating the bone matrices for every single one of them, even though we're only showing a couple of them at a time, right? Because that's just the way Raylib is set up. It just assumes you got to update them all every frame. So no matter what. So I think that would get to be a problem. So it's good to have that optimization in here, even if it is a bit premature. And this is something that I want to talk to the Raylib devs, or maybe I'll just submit a patch or make a suggestion for like a future version of Raylib that they could, you know, they should probably allow for this kind of thing. Make their structures a little bit more complicated to allow for this kind of data sharing instead of assuming everything has to be redundant. Maybe. And if their goal is just to make a basic example and expect every developer, every more advanced developer to do what I'm doing here, then that's fine too. Um, somebody could make a set of Raylib extensions like this and just and say, yeah, just drop this in, use these instead of the built-in functions, and do this and that, and you're good. So, like this cache loading stuff, we could move some of this stuff over to here and make it a kind of a separate library. I don't know. But anyway, let's are we ready to commit this? Yeah. So what's that called again? Whoops. All right, now we got to deal with materials, which is the more complicated part. Let me just update my notes though. Oh, we also got to deal with unloading. Maybe we'll do that last. Yeah, I think, see, the problem with unloading is that when we go to, like, if we go to the other scene, then we have to unload all these. So if we just call the default, if we just unload it the default way, it's gonna cause problems. So what we got to do is um, we got to go through all the models in this that are currently loaded in the scene, and we've got also, if we want to unload one, well, we're not going to unload it. We're not going to do unloading. We're gonna, if an NPC goes away, we're just gonna turn it off, and we're not gonna unload their model because it's gonna be shared by a bunch of other NPCs anyway. So there's hardly anything to unload. So we're not gonna do that kind of optimization. We're just gonna leave everything loaded until we leave the level, and then so then we got to go through all the NPCs in that level, and yeah, we just got to go through all the NPCs in this level, and for each one we've got to free their bone matrices, right? Do we have to do that? What? Let's see. That should be fine because it's just a smaller array, right? Let me see this again. Um, no, that's in the mesh. So there's so Oh yeah, the problem. So we've got to go and free the. We've got to free the meshes and the materials, um, for each one of them. But and then we got to free the model. Then we got to free. Yeah, so we got to go and. So let me just make a note here. Let's see. So for each NPC or object, free meshes and the materials, then we free each model in cache. Yeah. Maybe I should just type that out. What's all this crap? Um, and what's this? Unload level. Yeah, yeah. So let's see. Yeah, I'm not gonna put any notes in here right now, but basically, so we got to go through here. We got to do unload NPC. No, so it'll be sort of like a pre-unload, and for what about these? Well, we're gonna have to go through and unload everything in the cache. So for the objects, for the NPCs, we're gonna have to unload unload meshes and materials only. Model is cached. And then so then for these we just and set to null. So we gotta set the meshes and materials to null. So and how does unload model work in here anyway? Unload model here. So it's going to do an unload mesh, and then it's going to free the material maps. We just free its maps. User is responsible for freeing shaders and textures. Right, and we don't want to do that. Well, we might want to free the textures. Yeah. Let's see. Don't we got a texture cache, right? No, we don't. We don't have that yet. Never mind. So where was I? All right, we're here. So let's see. So this will free the Wait, what does it do? Just free its maps. Hmm. What's this mesh material? Oh yeah, that, right. So we free the meshes, materials, and the mesh material. So well, we do unload the materials array, but we don't free the textures and shaders. And what about unload mesh? How does that work? And we're not unload, not upload. Let's see. Unload, upload, unload. What's this unload materials? That unloads textures and stuff. And we may want to just unload everything when we leave the level and just reload when we change scenes. Maybe, I don't know. If in doubt, we'll just do a fresh start. Even though it's kind of suboptimal. So unload mesh. What does this do? So all that stuff and bone matrices. Yeah, so that's gonna be the problem, right? Yeah, so they're all sharing this. So we just gotta assign that. We just gotta set that to 0, then it'll be fine. Yeah, so set to null. Yep. And it does free the model materials, right? Unload model. It does, yeah, it does free materials. Yeah, so anything that we share, we gotta just free up and set to 0. And then last of all, we gotta do free all models in cache. Free each model in cache. Not free, well, unload model for each model in cache. All right. And yeah, and if we wanted to keep the cache between levels, instead of reloading everything, we could do that, but we'd have to have a mechanism for no, it's kind of a mess. Like how do we unload stuff that we're not gonna need? How do we know what we're not gonna need? We can't just, it can't be the kind of cache where it only stores like the last 10 things loaded or something and then starts to throw stuff away. You know, we can't do that. This has got to be everything in the scene. So I don't, there's probably a better word for it than cache. It's just a unique, loads one of everything that you need. But whatever. Cache is what we normally call that kind of thing. So, cache. Well, you can see it, yeah. not not to be confused with money. Anyway. Um, so we got that. Materials, right? Model cache. Oh yeah, we gotta cache the animations. We could. But for now, main thing is we gotta do materials. So, same idea. Mesh, no, model, materials. So we're gonna be copying the materials and we're gonna be copying the material maps in each material, right? Yeah, because the colors are defined there. And I guess that's so you could have you could have a diffuse map. You could have some kind of like a specular map. Maybe could also be a color. You could have an emissive map, which definitely has a color. So yeah, you could have color tints for everything. And then there's a value, which is, I guess, maybe for a float valued texture image. A single like a gray scale image, I guess. I don't know. Hmm. Why is that? Why is it this way? um but anyway, we're just gonna do, so we got bone count, we need material count. And what's this about the meshes? Yeah, we got our meshes and with our unique bone matrices in them, and then we got to have our materials. Model that material count. Do we need that? I don't know if we need that, but whatever. Let's just say material, new materials equals material star RL malloc material count times size of material. Then are we just gonna copy them or what? We've got the material maps in them also. And that's just a fixed size. Yeah, so in Raylib, the material maps, they're all hard-coded. So let's just go find that. Where's that defined? Oh, it's not actually defined in the header file. You can override it. No, it's compiled into the library. So it's in some other header file, I think. Oh, it's in config. Okay. So this stuff all gets compiled into the library. So you can't just change it in your program definitions. You've got to recompile it. Whatever. So it's 12 by default, and I think they're actually defined up here somewhere, right? somewhere in here. Those are the colors. Where the hell are they? Ah, here they are. So there's 12, up to 12, right? And we've got, how many we got here? We got 11. 11 here. There's room for one more. So yeah, you've got your albedo, diffuse, whatever, normal, occlusion map, or you just do like what we're doing, and we use like, I think roughness is the ORM map, occlusion, roughness, and metalness. Then metalness would be like the some other thing. Oh, the UV2 texture. I think I'm using that for. Yeah, you can have emission. We could have a UV2 emission. 3 of these are hard coded to use cube maps. So we could use those if we need to. Irradiance, is that lighting? I forget. I don't even know what BRDF is, but probably not going to be using that. It's like too fancy. Height maps, we might use those occasionally. But yeah, anyway, so we got our material maps, and so we just gotta allocate so many of them. Now, do we have that defined here somewhere? We just copy that over from Raylib. Should match Raylib. Oh, must match. Or it has to be less than that. But we'll say must. And what else? So let's see. So these are nested, so it's a little confusing. But basically, yeah, we're just gonna copy the material. We're just gonna copy the materials, and then we're gonna copy the material maps within them. So like, whoops. Material IDX 0 and let's see. We're just gonna copy the material maps, right? We're just copying everything. We're not gonna yeah, we're just making unique duplicates. And it's just complicated because it's a nested structure. That's it. So let's see. So we got to do a mem copy. Mem copy. I'm just looking up above. So new materials, model dot materials, and the size. And then we got to copy all. Then we got to copy all the material maps. So we're gonna say new materials material index dot maps equals we got to do the same thing here. So we're gonna, whoops. Oh, damn it. We're gonna need that too. We're gonna do a mem copy. So we're just gonna copy from model.materials, material index. Yeah, so we're copying the materials array to the new materials array, and then we're going through that, and we're copying the material maps also. That's it. So material map star RL malloc that times size of material map. And then we're going to need that again. That's it, right? So let's see, we're gonna we gotta copy the meshes and we gotta copy the materials. So that goes up here, and then we just gotta do model.materials equals new materials. Okay, that, I mean, I probably screwed something up there, but I think that's all we need to do. And if it works, we should see different colors. All right, so what's this? Oh, dot maps, right? So we got to copy the duplicate materials and material maps. Well, it didn't crash, that's good. And yep, we've got unique colors. All right, it just worked. Yeah, it's a pretty simple thing, but you know, copying raw data in C is kind of dangerous. Kind of, you gotta be careful, right? But yeah, we did it. We did it, chat. So now we just gotta do the unloading, right? Yeah, so the next thing on my list, after unloading, is we gotta do like configuration for each character model. Let me just pull that up. Well, I suppose we should commit this first. All right. And let's go find our Godot code. So where would I have put that? Probably config. Um, Characters, probably. Yeah, this is the one. So, so basically here we're saying the female characters all get the female and femoid characters all get the makeup textures, like this. Um, and the male ones don't, or they're gonna get their own. They're gonna get their own, but like for eyebrows, basically. And or they might actually not, because we're gonna give them like bushy eyebrows instead of like painted on eyebrows, right? So so we just let's see, the animations are all, they're not going to be shared anymore um because and hmm the wing spacing, that's still going to be a thing. Oh yeah, we got to get the wings in. That would be cool. Um yeah, let me just put that on the list. Um because if we're going to have a, let's see, I've got my short list for February. Um Wings would be nice too. So you could be a skeleton lich with a cape and a crown, and maybe bat wings also. Yeah, just get all the good stuff. So this isn't very helpful because most of the stuff in Godot is configured in the material setup for each model, um, which is kind of retarded. Um, let's see. Let me just check some notifications. All right. Oh, hey, Squishy, you just dropped in, eh? So you're probably working today, right? Just tuning in for some dev talk while you do CNC milling, I think, right? So there's another guy on here doing that yesterday. It's Doom Gnome's brother, and he's live streaming. He's got his own little machine shop going, like a production shop though. He's like he's like he's like I really need to get a bigger mill to do these parts. He was doing like something like 8000 series chrome molybdenum vanadium or something, chrome nickel molybdenum steel. And he's like 60-pound pieces. And he's like, yeah, this I need a bigger mill. So you gotta do this job, and you get paid to do this job that's a little bigger than your machine can really handle. Then you go and buy a new machine. Then you gotta go buy a new workshop to make room for all the machines. Yep, training a new guy today. Huh, cool. So I guess does that mean work's picking up, or hopefully? Anyway, so I'm talking about, so we got to set up something like this in Lua, and we're going to access this, and we're going to access it from C, just to decide. We're going to read some parameters in from Lua, and then what are we going to determine from that? Oh yeah, like the hair types, and saying like this material is the body, this material slot 1 is the body, slot 2 is the fingernails, slot 3 is the slot 3 is the dress, slot 4 is the trim for the dress, slot 5 is the pants, slot 6 is the trim for the pants, slot 7 is um the shirt. You put all the different clothing layers in there, and we're just gonna have to like, we'll just list them. Yeah, we'll get to that. Let's just make the file, and we're gonna save it somewhere. Gotta get back down here. So where do we save this? So this could be JSON or Lua. Well, let's just make it a Lua file. And this is something that mods could override in theory, and I guess they would just override a global variable, right? So we're gonna say, what do we call this? Like mod characters config.lua, let's say. And we'll just say do something like that. So then for what does this look like? So we're doing this one here, and we're gonna have to do the skeleton too, which isn't in here for some reason, because I guess it's defaults. So the face texture, that's something we're actually gonna need. Where do we load that? Right here? Yeah, here. So we're just gonna say face texture. Whoops. I guess for now we'll just say face texture equals that, and comment that out. No, we can leave it. It's fine. So that'll be a temporary, and we don't get rid of that. So it'll be characters, common, face, something like that. Yeah, female faces, and then that, all that stuff. And I guess it'll be like capitalized. And then we got to do, so now we got to do something we haven't done before here. So I'm going to bring up Go.4.2. 4.2. Work is always busy, Squishy. Yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, I guess those jobs that actually need to be done, um, you never really run out of work, do you? You know, like parts are always breaking in factories, and if they close down the factories in America and move them over to China, then people have to repair stuff that aren't made in factories anymore over here, so that makes more work for machine shops. Anyway, is this the one I want? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I worked at a factory for a couple of years doing like engineering type stuff, and so I had to do and do the machining, but I had to work with the machinists and like make up mechanical drawings and shit. Like, here's the thing we want you to make. We had our own little machine shop with a couple guys working there, and sometimes we'd send stuff out to the big shops. Like we had this Italian rolling machine. Uh, it was like a it was like a 6 foot rolling machine with this big metal roller, big steel roller, like 6 or 8 feet long, something, well, probably 2 meters, and maybe 6 inches, maybe 5 or 6 inches around, and and the thing snapped in half. It snapped on one end. So and it would have cost like some ungodly amount to have a new one shipped over from the manufacturer in Italy, and would have taken forever. So we just they're like, hey, go measure this thing up, make up a drawing for it, and send it to this, and we'll send it out to our one of our local machine shops. And like 3 days later, we got the machine up and running again, and it only cost like $20,000. Anyway, um, what do we want here? Let's just bring up this character, and yeah, we want to go in 3D. Um, yeah, there's some stuff we haven't really duplicated yet. Um, in the new engine. Well, what do we have here anyway? Got a few different things. Oh, we got the spacesuit, right? We're not going to do that for the New England stuff, though. Um, Probably not that either. Something like that, but what else? What am I missing here? Um, so we got that one in the new thing. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Oh, what about the? Oh, this is a texture thing on the legs. That's why I'm not seeing it. Right. So the bandings are a texture baked in Blender. And I don't know if that's even in here. But yeah, see, this is how it's done in Godot. It's freaking horrible. Got these like 3 passes of whatever. I don't even know what texture that is. And we might have stuff up here too. No, not here. So that's material overlays, and here, let's close that. Let's open this up. Overlays and overrides. and you can have next passes in either. What a pain in the ass. There's the face texture. And that's UV2 scaling, I guess. So can we tweak that? Oh yeah. Look at her face. Let's undo. Yeah, so where's all this stuff I want to set up here? Is it no, it's not that. It's gonna be this kind of stuff basically. Hmm. So we're gonna say let's see, material meshes. Guess we're just gonna say what the meshes are. So we're gonna say this is gonna be an array. So we're just gonna list what they are. So we're gonna have like, let's say underscore body and underscore body. Yeah, I guess we'll just say body. So we'll say body. I'm just gonna not even gonna try to organize it yet. I'm gonna say nails. What else? Dress. What's the other part? I think we've got these over here somewhere too. Let's let's put wings facing over there too. Example. And we can close out some of this shit. Where is all this stuff? It's in here. And then so somewhere in here is where we get the names for this stuff, I think. Oh, where the hell is that? The colors. That's not there. It's somewhere in there. Let's just see what we actually have in the game. So oh, hair, eyes, and weapons. Okay, so that's defined in the bone attachments in C, and these things are not defined yet. So we got body. So body, nails, dress, and no body. Wait, what's what here? Oh, that's the teeth. Yeah, we don't have one for the nails yet, so we're gonna comment that out. But I think we are gonna use it. Yeah, squishy. I think like I was talking to you about this stuff a while ago. Like, let's do this again. So so right now I've got the body is all one material, and then the one mesh, one material, and the fingernails are they're UV mapped to a different part of the texture, part of the face texture actually, so they get a color overlay. And so we could just change the color in the face texture, which will update the fingernails or the toenails. We can do it that way, or we can just export them as a separate mesh with a separate material and just change the color, just with no texture on it, and just yeah, I guess it would have no texture, or just a normal map maybe. And yeah, except I think the way, so we'd have to change the color somehow. Probably through the tint, not the material color, because the color would be attached to the diffuse map, which would not exist. So that wouldn't work, you know. But I'm thinking it's a cleaner way to do this. Like if we were to zoom in on it, if we were to zoom in on it, when we do it this way, you're gonna see like it's gonna be a pixelated division, like around the fingernails. It's gonna be all pixelated with the texture resolution. So you know, whereas if we use a separate material, it's gonna be a nice clean line. But anyway, so the way we're going to do that in this config file is going to be, let's see, dress, what do you call it? So we got nails, and teeth, right? Or wait, teeth is last, right? And there are no nails yet. And teeth would be last. And then dress, straps. I guess we're just gonna spell these out here. But we're gonna have to map these to items. Yeah. So we're gonna have to say something like so it's gonna be these are built in, and these are gonna be like the item name is mini dress. So I'm gonna copy that over there like that. Let's see. Maybe we just do that. Do that, and then like that. Actually, instead of nil, let's just put an empty string. I think that'll be easier to deal with. Then we'll just space things out a little. So that's gonna be here. Let's just. So it's gonna be item ID and layer name, I guess we'll say. Mesh name. But this really should be, well, they're meshes, but it's the materials that we're customizing, really. So how does that work over here? We are looking at, well, yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. Right. Every mesh should have its own material. There's no reason. I think that's basically how Blender works. Like it exports a separate mesh for each mesh and material. So if you have one mesh with two materials, then it exports two meshes. And then Raylib loads it in with two meshes, each with their own distinct materials. So they, in theory, Raylib could have um, multiple meshes sharing the same material, but in practice, exporting them from Blender, that's not going to happen. I don't think. And we should probably have some code to like an assertion that'll fail if that's ever not true. So, we want some code that's gonna like crash and say, hey, this this assumption was wrong. Yeah, I guess that's what an assert statement is. It's just checking an assumption. We're just putting in this little assert statement, like I did some earlier. Um, it's not going to do anything except it's just going to check our assumption and end the program if the assumption is wrong. And that way, like when you do a release build for production, you basically compile it. You basically compile it with the assertions left out so that it won't crash if your assumption is wrong. But um, but for development for debug builds like this, you do compile it with the assertions on, so it will immediately stop if there's a problem with your assumption, and in that way you just don't have to litter up your code with a bunch of error checking. You're just checking your assumption. You're not even dealing with what to do if it's wrong. So and then you'll catch problems in development at least. Um, and if something slips through into production, then hopefully hopefully things will work okay. You just hope for the best. Yeah. So yeah, so we got that. So we're gonna want to read this into here instead of just saying this. Hmm. So we've got body color, this and that. So we're gonna want to say, let's see, that's okay, but we're gonna want something different for this. And what about up here? Oh, then there's the part where we store the values back into Lua, and that's going to be different also. Like we're going to have to store the body colors back to the NPC record, and any clothing colors would be stored to the item record in the NPC's inventory. Um, yeah, like, do we have inventory in here? Um, just that swimsuit as an example. Like this is just an example. We're not actually using this, but we would set the colors here instead of here. And then the item would be like just the item code, like the item ID, not the full path name like this. I'm just thinking about how this is gonna work. All right, so I'm just sketching that out. I don't think we're gonna do anything with it yet. let's just put a little to-do here. Oh, come on. Um, mesh, mesh label. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. It's just something. A label is just something to to show in the GUI. Doesn't count for anything behind the scenes, but an ID does. All right. All right, so we want to do that. Maybe a little later. Okay, that's over here. And let's see. We got to do unloading. Wherever that was. Here, let's just bookmark this stuff, and then we'll. Where's unload? Oh, there's unload textures. Yep. Hmm. Wait, textures are cached? Yeah, I guess textures are cached, but where's that done? Guess that's over here somewhere too, right? Got load texture. Must be in load model, right? In here. That's just setting up the ORM texture. It's not here. Must be something else I'm thinking of. Not Yeah, because the character models, they have their textures sort of included in the GLTF file. So we're not really damn it, where was I? Here, unload. We're not unloading the textures. So we might want to unload them now. No, so this is for objects, not in, this is NPCs, this is other objects. So they have their textures cached. NPCs, they have their materials, um, um, they share their materials, yeah. So we've got a helper function to unload them. And it does unload the textures. Okay. So so where's unload model textures? That just takes it just looks at the materials, right? All right, so for this, So let's say if model.materials, then we're gonna do all that and set it to null. Is that gonna work though? No, because the problem is that they're sharing the textures, you see. So it's not gonna be quite that simple, is it? Or is it? Or is it? And what is unload texture anyway? Right, so if it's greater than 0, it's just an OpenGL call. So if the texture does not, if we've already unloaded the texture from the GPU, it may let us do it again. That we might be able to get away with that. And the shader, we're not touching the shader. That's we have one shader so far. So we may be able to get away with that. Um, I may be barking up the wrong tree here. Let's see, we gotta unload the materials, but see that unloads the model. Hmm. Well, I don't think it can hurt to add that. Um, but here we should unload the meshes and materials only. Right. Except see the problem with that is we need to keep one around in the cache, and the problem is the cache is just the first instance. It's not like a template. Um hmm. But oh wait, we can yeah, there is a way to deal with that though, right? What does this cache look like? Um oh wait, it's right up here, isn't it? Oh, it's up here. Cached model. It's a model. Um yeah, unfortunately it's not a model pointer though. But but we can, yeah, it's got pointers in it though. So the meshes, it's got meshes, materials, bones. We're not going to be changing the bones or the bind pose, so I guess we could look at those just to see if it's equal. This is kind of this is pretty sketchy, but I think it'll work. Okay, come on, kitty. You want lunch? Ow. So yeah, we're doing something with that. Um, so let's see. So see, how do we know if it's animated again? Something about bones. What was it? Bone count greater than 0? Yeah, there. Where am I going? Here. So bone count greater than 0 would be animated. So we got to free the unload um shoot, how do we figure out which ones to let's not worry about the textures yet. I don't know if we even need to worry about that, but we can if we have to, right? Then we just say unload model just like that. So we can do all that, and let's just put some comments here. NPCs objects. And like I've said, we might combine these into one structure at some point, but for now it's pretty convenient to keep them separate because these are quite a bit simpler. But let's see, these we got to unload the meshes and the materials. Unload model. Then we got meshes and materials. So if we unload the meshes and materials and set the counts, no, but then this is still gonna, no, we set that to 0. We gotta set the counts to 0, and we gotta set the actual pointers to 0 as well. So yeah, we just gotta copy this over, right? And that's gonna be NPC model. Can we do that? No, I was just looking at this earlier, but I gotta look at it again. Unload mesh. That does all that stuff. And bone matrices. Um, so so we gotta free the first one manually. So that's just gonna be, we're gonna copy that basically. Mesh, it's gonna be I'm gonna copy that over to here. Mesh is 0 dot bone matrices. We don't need that. And then we gotta set that to 0. Or null. Then that will free everything except the bone matrices because they're null. Then we gotta do yeah, see, this is the extra step from what we were doing earlier. Then we just gotta set these to null because we're gonna be calling, because we are gonna be calling unload model down here. So each one of these is a model. It's a unique model. It's a copy of the model with some unique parts which we're freeing up here. Then we got to free the rest of it. Does that make sense? Am I doing this backwards, guys? No, we're freeing the unique parts here, right? And then the model itself, like when we call unload model, we're not freeing the model itself because that's in a structure, or that's in a structure array typically. So this function doesn't free it. It just unloads the dynamically allocated parts of it. So in this case, we're freeing the unique parts of it once for each model, and then we're going through the cached models and freeing everything else. And yeah, and that should just work. And then we're gonna change that to 0 just to be sure. And we have to change the mesh count and material count to 0 also. Yeah, I don't like doing this stuff, but I guess you got to do what you got to do, right? So we got to unload the unique parts. Um, I don't even know the freaking word for this. It's like semi-cached. Semi-cached. So you don't have to worry about that, I guess. I don't think. What about the animations? So this is all I'm doing here, right? That little guard and this and that. All right, okay. I think that's gonna do it. But there's gonna be, oh yeah, we got all kinds of problems here. How'd I get confused about that? 588 model. Oh right, model is a pointer here. Yep. We'll just do that and that, and that, and oh, actually, we got model dot though. Oh, here, let's just blanket search and replace. Model dot becomes model arrow. Okay. And am I forgetting anything? I think that's it. All right. Seg fault. But we didn't even unload a scene yet, did we? We'll just run the debugger. All right, where did it crash? Draw NPCs, huh? What have I done here that could possibly have screwed this up? Probably this part. Let's just count that out. Whoops. Yeah, okay. So when we load a scene, we do unload everything first. It's probably right in here. Let's look for unload. Okay, now let's take this out. Wait, Is this anywhere? Nah, just here. So that's just a placeholder for this stuff. Um, to unload level. What's that function called again? It's a Lua function. All right, so that's called from Lua, right? So unload level, so like that. Shouldn't this be showing up as a shouldn't this be showing up in a Lua file somewhere? Maybe it's in here. Unload right here. What? Why wasn't that showing up? Yeah, there it is. Why wasn't that showing up there? Unload level. Match case. Search. What the fuck? That's not very reliable in this Kate editor. Can't really rely on it to find things in your current project. Anyway, this does run unload level first time you load a level. So how is this screwing anything up? So I just need to know how that works. So this is causing a problem. We're just going through the model cache and unloading stuff. And setting the model cache count to 0, which is well, it should be 0 by default, but we can specify that for sure, but that shouldn't make a difference. It should be default. It should be 0 by default. But maybe, yeah, I don't know. What the fuck? Well, let's just put a little print statement here. What was that model cache count? Okay. Then we gotta go find that output, which should be up above all this. Loading a model. So this is startup stuff. I'd like to turn off some of this noise. Let's see, load level GLTF. So yeah, there's unload level. And where's that coming from? Is that up here? Unload level, is that in here? Yes. Just making sure. 4 cached models already preloaded. Where the no, it's not that. It's oh, it's this stuff. Okay. Right. That makes sense. So we've got a so we don't want to cache load these 4 models then. So where was that? Probably here. So so like the hair is not cached and then we got this, which is it's okay. Load texture. It's not that's not the problem. Why? No, maybe is that so we're loading that. And wait a second. Where are we getting these? Here. Which means we're loading them up here, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, load model. There's a cache load. So this is all in humans init, which runs once at the start of the game. Okay, so yeah, we don't want these cached. At least for now. So later on, here, let's just put like a to do here. Gonna need to don't preload these. Just like cache load them as needed when loading NPCs or changing, etc. Right. Yep, and this is going to be in a Lua config file also. Let's stub that out too. So do I have this? Yeah. So let's just add this down here too, even though it's not really what we want. Wait, do I have that? Yeah, probably use Lua. Okay. So we're gonna do weapon weapons config maybe, or items. Now let's say items config, I guess. So let's see, what is all this shit? So there's a weapon template in here. Appears somewhere. There. Right, so we're gonna say, guess we gotta give them names, so it'll be like, so item name equals, then we're gonna spell everything out. Melee equals true, base damage, ready animation, and animation name. And attack anim. Okay. Say is melee. Base damage equals 5. Ready anim equals vital, and attack anim equals punch 1. Okay, so that's one down. Or yeah, we could define a function that just sets this up, but yeah, that's ugly. So it's just gonna do stuff like this. Then we're also gonna need a template for like that item. So let's just put that in there as an example. Like that. Let's see. Probably gonna have something like that because it's female only, or maybe limited to certain body types, or models equals something like that. Something like that. Then we just gotta do this. And we'll get to that in a bit. And let's see, we gotta have models for them also. And all this stuff, really. Now we gotta copy these. Let's see. Like this, I guess. And then we'll just go. Do a block copy and just paste that here. Yep. Yeah, we could do that there, but then we gotta, yeah, then we just do this. Well, here it's probably easier just to do that. Then paste there, paste there. Okay. So you gotta just put commas after everything. And what else? So we gotta have a model. Rotation equals well, it'll be the default. And scale 1.5. Model is that. Ism. How's that? And whoops, that out of there. All right, what's wrong with the? Must have screwed something up here. No. Okay, it's just being retarded. Oh, that's the problem. Right? No, guess not. I can do, whoops. I don't know. Just mess around with the editor. So it seems a little glitchy. Let's see. Vampire Bite should be, since it's a pseudo weapon, it should be up here toward the top. This should be called characters, maybe. Which corresponds to the characters folder. If I go over here. So we've got those. So those will be folders here with a corresponding model. Everything. Common stuff will go here. So far, just the teeth. All right. So let's see. So that's starting to look the way I want it. Yeah. Then maybe we'll move this Lua file. Either we keep it in the, I don't know if we keep it in the Lua folder or we move it to the characters folder, because that would kind of make sense, you know. But yeah, basically we just got to list everything in yeah, we've just got to have a configuration for every item, every character model, saying what goes with what. So, we got to have like a skeleton one equals whatever. Is there anything special with that one? You know, we could say bones, bones and teeth. Yeah, bones, teeth. Oh, we're gonna have a cape. Will be something like that, maybe. And the thing is that anytime we edit one of these in, wait, that's meshes though. So that's meshes equals. See, anytime we edit one of these things in Blender, if we end up changing the order of the meshes that get exported, then we're just gonna have to go and move things around in here. That's not so bad though. At least everything will be in one place. The bad part about it compared to something like Godot is you can't just see it. But whatever. Now in Godot you can actually go by the mesh names that you export from Blender. And this it's more like it's just the order that the meshes and materials get exported in. And that really depends a lot on the materials. But in Godot, you cannot go by the material names. So you still have to deal with these like numbered slots that can move around when you export. So it's not really better. Um, Bones, not body. Yeah, that's more like it. Bones, teeth, teeth or fangs. I don't know. And let's see, the crown will be a bone attachment. That'll be worn. I guess the cape probably should be, but we'll just leave it here for example. Example will probably be bone attachment like hair. Because hair can have jiggle physics on it too. So not yet, but it will. So that's fine. Yeah. Let's see. Do we still have that other one with all the list of models in it? Yeah, there we go. So let's just copy these over. I don't think I'm going to bring these all in, but it doesn't hurt to have them here. Or we'll just put them down here. Yeah. And we're not going to have to worry about that. Just this stuff, basically. And let's just do this. So we don't need that, for example. All right. So I guess the next item, next order of business today, well, I guess we want to fix, no, we did fix the unloading thing, right? So if we uncomment that, since we're not cache loading those now, it should work. Yeah, it didn't crash. So there we go. Everything looks about right. Whoops. Can we? Oh, that's right. I've got E hard-coded to talk to the NPC. Let's just disable that. That's down here. Yeah. Where is that? Yes. Hang on, guys. Never mind, it was just some fucking scammer. It didn't even saw the caller ID and I'm like, oh, why did I even answer this? Hang up before they even get a chance to say, hello, this is Bob from Amazon. Yeah, fuck off. Kind of disturbing that they've got my number now, because they haven't had this number for years. Wonder who gave it to them. I don't know. It's probably random. And it's like every time you have to change cell phones now, like for like the last 5 or 10 years, right? You get a new number, and instead of getting less crap, you get more because you got somebody else's phone number that they got rid of because they're getting too much fucking telemarketers and scammers calling them. So where was I? Interact. Yeah, can we interact with this to? Yeah, we gotta set up that portal thing again. So how do portals work? That's an example from a library included with Raylib or something, or well, I think I just added that myself, but whatever. It's that's not mine. I wonder if I can exclude that from this editor. No, unfortunately, I guess not. Or at least it's not easy. Let's see, plugins. Project plugin, it might be search and replace. But you can't, that's not the settings for them though. Oh, there's a JSON format plugin or something. That could be nice. So I could use that instead of the fancy Lua script thing that I've been using. might be cleaner. let's see, project indexing. No, there's nowhere to exclude. Yeah, never mind. If there is an option, it's like edit a text file kind of thing. So, yeah, forget it. Because this is going to be getting upgraded pretty soon. Like whenever KDE 6 comes to MX Linux or whatever I switch to in the new version. So yeah, this is like, what is it? Doesn't tell me anything. Okay, so anyway. Okay, so that works. We can take those out. And so what's this all this is all unloading, right? But I would like to get that portal back in. So how does that work again? It's load level. Where do we run that? Right here. Okay. So we're just gonna do that, and we've got to add that to a JSON file. Right? No, it's not there. It's in levels, graveyard, here. Well, what's this? Is it in here? No. So we got to go. Let's just look at that. And what's it called? Is it just called alter? We got to use the right name. So it's alter file path. Okay. So objects is actually it's got to be it's got to be like this, right? So what's in here? Yeah, it's okay. So we'll just copy this. Or something like that. No, not that though. Wait, where's got JSON formatting or something? Clean indentation. No, it's not that. Oh, we don't want translation though. So anyway, we got that and that. Okay. Where's this JSON formatting thing? What did I just do? I guess nothing. All right, clean indentation, align, external tools. Well, what about JSON? Yeah, there it is. What's the problem? I don't have the file. I don't have it. I don't have JQ installed. Okay. Um, we need to answer the JQ. We're searching for the JQ. jQuery, YQ. Fucking Linux. Wait, there. Oh, there it is. Just okay. Oh, sudo. Okay. So cancel. Let's save that. Let's just go in here and where the hell was it? External tools. So there, it's not there yet. So maybe if I just close that editor and reopen it. Tools, external. There we go. Oh, I don't like that. um, there's got to be some options we can set up for it. Need some help on the JQ. Okay, so we want tabs. Okay, so let's see. Tools, external, that damn tools, configure, JSON, edit, okay, so that should work. Okay, there we go. All right, yeah, that's fine. So let's see what that would do to this. Let's see, tools. It's a little cumbersome to get down to here, but we could always add a shortcut, I think. So what did that just do? Undo, redo. So it splits colors up into multiple, translation, rotation. So in some ways it makes it uglier. Compact. Each JSON object on a single line. I don't want it super compact though. Just nicely formatted, you know. Sort keys, we already do that. Raw output, join output. Well, what's -R? Raw, okay. Well, I could always find some other formatter. Whatever, that's kind of helpful. So anyway, I'm not gonna save that. what do we got over here? Right, so we want to do alter script then we just gotta where's that script I want? It's right in the Lua script here. So when you interact with that, it does, we want it to do this. And we just got to put some backslashes in here. And it should be good. So now we just run the game. So all that just because I want to see what happens when we load a different level. And it crashed. Double free or corruption? Double free, okay. So that figures. So there's some kind of double freeing going on. Doesn't surprise me. If we run in debug mode, maybe we can figure out what it is. Where is this happening? Unload mesh. Scene.c592. Oh, well, unload level. Yeah. So it doesn't tell us where the problem is. Just that it's unload mesh though. Somewhere in that unload level function, it's calling unload mesh. So that's that will help us to pin it down. Unload mesh right there. So it's either here or here. And that's old, so it's got to be this. And it's, oh, it actually does give it, yeah, it does give us the line numbers. What am I thinking? So our models.c 1935 the bone matrices. Oh, right. Bone matrices 0 equals null. Maybe I screwed that up. We've got to set them all to 0, right? So let's copy that up there and do that. Okay, that was a good use of the debugger. But what's the problem now? Double free. Same thing. So this is just not even looking at that, is it? No, it's just freeing them. Bone matrices equals no. Yeah, but if you free something with if you free a 0, that should be okay, right? Like if I say RL free null, that should be okay. So it's line 593. Yeah, it's here. It's not having a problem with this. It's having a problem with this. And specifically line 1923. The vertices? What the hell? Am I reading that right? 1923. The vertices. Oh, right. Yeah. So, But don't we have to free the meshes though? Hmm. Oh, this is more complicated than I thought, isn't it? Yeah, like if we look over at the model structure here, so it's got meshes. So remember we had to copy that, and then but we don't change, we don't touch these pointers. We just copy these pointers. So these are all allocated somewhere else by the model loader for the first instance of the model. So we don't want to free those. But we do need to unload these meshes, right? Or do we just need to free do we need to free the model? Do we just need to call unload model on this? No. uh so the meshes and materials are duplicated. But we don't need to to refree all these parts. Like we need to free meshes, but we don't need to free like we need to free meshes, but we don't need to free each individual mesh. We don't need to unload them. We just need to free them. Except for one of them. Um, and how do we know which one to free? Um, or no, since they're no, see, like this Raylib code isn't smart enough to say that, well, you've already freed it on another instance of this, so uh, no, it's not that it's not smart enough. It's just that it can't. It just doesn't work, right? Um, uh, like I feel like yeah. So the problem, I think the problem is that it's um, I don't know. I gotta think about it. I really gotta think about it. Um, an attempt was made. Not not quite that simple. Not quite this simple. Um, so basically when we unload, we get to the first model, we get to the first model, not the first NPC, right? And we can free its bone matrices, which are unique to it. But then we go and do we do unload mesh, and so on the first one that's going to be fine because we've set its bone matrices to 0. Um, the second one, well, yeah. What about so the second one? That's not the only issue though. It's that it's like we've set meshes equals null on the first one, but when we get to the second one, it's going and doing this unload meshes again. But it's not 0 because this is a copy. The second one is a copy. So this is actually set to the pointer. It's the same. No, it's a different one though. Uh, See, this is why manual memory management sucks. This is why it's confusing. If it wouldn't be so bad if we would just use Raylib the way it's designed, but it's not designed for what we need to do. So we gotta fuck around like this. um, and I'm thinking I might need to store a little bit more information somewhere else. Like um, like maybe we just need to set a flag. No, I don't know. Hmm. I think it's a little too, I don't know, it's like 4 o'clock. Not the best time to think about this shit. You gotta think about this with fresh eyes. Yeah, it's one of those kind of things, right? Let's see, how are we doing? Got got some people hanging out on Rumble, I guess. What about YouTube? Anybody on there? Nope, not really. Guess that means Rumble's not scuffed for me. It's been a lot of people have been having problems with Rumble, and it just seems kind of random. Like you get a good server, it's fine. You get a bad one, it's your stream will be stopping and starting and going like, and it's oh, let's see. My stream is I've got this going here. Um, it's playing, but we're like 29 minutes, 27 minutes back. So I think it did the glitch, where it jumps back in time. I think it did that several times. Hmm. Yeah, they gotta get their shit together. But if that happens enough, people will just go over to YouTube. Um, but hey, I don't care. Whatever people want to use. If there's anything else that I don't mind streaming at, I will consider it. If people want to watch on some other site. Um, but basically Rumble, YouTube, possibly Odyssey, possibly BitChute. But people are never gonna find me there, unless they've got a link from somewhere else. Let's see. So, so this problem here, yeah, I gotta look at that later. So what else is on the agenda? Animation cache. We'll do that later. Where is that? Load model, load animations. Okay. Cache load. Actually, we'll just put that right here. Well, get that out of there. So we got to do some gameplay. We got to get into some more modeling. Yeah, but I think I've done enough streaming for today. So yeah, it's been like 4 hours or so. Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna call it a day. So hey, thanks for hanging out, and maybe we should go raid. Let's go see who we can raid on Rumble. Got a bunch of people here. Okay. Um, let's end the stream on YouTube. That's terrible, but hey, it'll